when we went out there, I remember thinking, like, I wouldn't want to be any other place.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just so much. There was a purpose. There was a need. There was all these things that you struggle for as a college student. Like, what am I doing today? I've got all these hours in my hand. What do I do with them? You know, I need purpose. I need direction. I need structure. I need, that element of, like, I can make a difference. Long before that was something we used. Like, I wanted to make a difference. And so that was just, it satisfied that. So then I looked at it and going, okay, how can I, and in the military, there's some pretty amazing human beings. You can learn so much from those people. And I just gravitated towards them. I'll never forget my first time over in Pendleton. There was this instructor. He's like, okay, you're going to have the old course. It's the opposite course, they call it. It's the Marine Corps standard. And he's like, and he ran through it, and he's like, he's demonstrating. And he was a platoon commander. He was a first lieutenant, so he didn't have to do this. This was not his, but he wanted to set the example. Hence, Doctus Exemplis, which is Latin for set the example. He introduced me to that. And I'm like, and then he goes up, and instead of going up the rope regular, like all jarheads do and all military people do, he grabbed one in one arm and one in the other arm, and he went up all the way up, opposite arm, rotating, going up, and he gets to the top. He's 40 feet up in the air, and he does U-S-C. And I'm just looking down. I'm looking up at him 40 feet. I'm like, that's amazing. I want to do that. And it was just like, so I took from him that I can be so much different than I am body-wise. And so I went and put in my own little workout. I started training at lunchtime when people were going. They had 2 hours of block and garrison. They would go back and eat, and I would go get a training in. I would go get a lift in, a run in, and then I'd do it with my regular PT, and then I'd do it afterwards. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I would do 3 days of work, three workouts a day. With all of the vision, I wanted to do that. And then as repetition becomes habit becomes character, and you see byproducts of it. So then at the end of it, I got the course record, and I could do that. I did like 40 of those, and it's like, once you got that, like, it works. The system works.
Yeah.
Then it just reinforces, like, you can do pretty much anything you put your mind to if you just find the steps to take.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier off camera, but how people think that they're working hard, but they're not really. There's a guy I follow, his name's David Goggins. He's a ex-Navy SEAL, and he says that when people think they're at their limit, they're really only at 40%.
Oh, you think it's that high?
you think it's lower?
Well, it's relative to the person, right?
Right. But that just reinforces that.